All right, last thing might be first thing, depending on where I sneak this in the video. Funny story, and this doesn't happen all the time, but it definitely happens enough that I'll share more stories and funny things like this. So you ought to be able to see, you know, this house is gray, some cedar shake.
There's a blue house down there. I believe it's blue anyway. There's a blue house down there, new construction.
That house got started it actually started right before this house, but this house caught it and passed it, you know, if you want to speak in terms like that. So that house was going up. We kind of caught each other around the framing, when the roof and the windows went on and stuff like that. So they're both just raw plywood. I get a call. I'm actually at another house working. I get a call. My hands are full. I get a voicemail, and I still have it. I saved it. I'm not gonna share it. I'm not gonna say names. I'm not gonna say much more than the word he. But I get this voicemail from this guy, pretty irate, and it's, I don't want to misquote him, but it's, because I haven't listened to it in weeks, but it's pretty much kind of a, hey, my name is so and so. I'm calling about this house you're effing building on such and such street, and we need to talk. I don't know who the H you think you are, putting up a blue house in a neighborhood full of tans and taupes and beiges. The neighborhood is furious. I'm furious. We need to talk. You should have contacted us about. And now, first off, there's no HOA, there's no POA, there's nothing. I could build a pink house here if I wanted to. You get the gist. Just irate, telling me I shouldn't have done something right. Well, first off, it's not even my house. I'm just an agent representing thing. I got one little sign out here. That's it. And he's going on and on about the colors of my house, and you get the idea. I call him back. As soon as I pick up the phone, I say, hey, my name is Matt Spencer. I'm an agent with, boom, lays into me. Same thing, cussing, raring about, who do I think I am? I need to contact people. That siding's going to be changed. I'm effing crazy, blah, blah, blah. So after I let him finish, and I said, well, sir, the house that I am representing the owner is, there's no siding on it. Yeah, cusses me out again. You're putting blue siding up, blah, 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 blah. I said, no, sir. I said, I think I know what you're talking about. I was over there this morning, and the house down the street is getting some blue siding. Yeah, that's the one, you little blah, 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 blah. Take it down. And I said, I don't represent that seller. And he didn't hear it. He just kept going on. And I said, look, the house we're doing is actually going to be like a gray theme that'll match the neighborhood just fine. Real mild, real neutral. I said, you're talking about like that craftsman style home with the cool craftsman posts and the dark blue and the stone, which is actually really pretty. It just, true, it doesn't really fit the neighborhood. Anyway, several minutes later, he finally gets the idea that I have nothing to do with that house, but now he's tasked me with figuring it out and making them stop. And I didn't do anything, and I didn't call him back, so you can imagine how that went. But anyway, that's just funny stuff you deal with. One more quick story. House in Franklin. I paid Zillow for just a few months. Just a few months I paid for like the Zillow Premier Agent. Nothing. Pure garbage. The same guy called me about every single house that came up for sale in Suffolk, Franklin, Isle of Wight. Every day wanted to see every new house. And anyway, not a fan of the Zillow stuff. I like Zillow, but I'm not a fan of paying them for leads. Tried it for 3 months. I get a call from a lady. Hey, Mr. So-and-so, blah, blah, blah. I want to let you know that your listing, blah, blah, blah. I went and looked at it today, and blah, blah, blah. And I don't know what kind of crap you're trying to pull, blah, blah, blah. Long story short, and I might end up just cutting this out because I can tell the story better when I think it through. But long story short, this lady tells me that she was at one of my listings trying to view the property, minding her own business, and how dare me schedule another appointment, or how dare I come by there and try to intimidate her. She said that I was trying to intimidate her, and that I maybe didn't like, I think she was trying to get into like a racial thing and act like I was intimidating her, like she shouldn't buy the house, and wanted to know who she could contact, who the owner was, what could be done, because she won't let it go. Long story short, it's not my listing at all, because I was paying Zillow for like leads, my name and face was like popped up on the right hand side, which is what they do. They fake you out to think you're calling the listing agent. That's just what they do, all those sites. So she called me to tell me about my listing. Wasn't me. I took the address down. I didn't do much with her after that. You know, I explained to her the situation, but I did do some research. The house is for sale. It's for sale with another agent. And in the description of the listing, it actually says that the house is occupied and that you need notice and there's pets and blah, blah, blah. So long story short, that I've already kind of explained, random lady assumes a real estate sign is for sale, means the house is vacant and for sale. So she goes to this house. Her and I think 3 people get out and start trying doorknobs, start peeping in windows, like hand up against the windows, walking around it. And the owners simply came home. And while they might have looked intimidating, they're probably trying to figure out who the heck's peeping in my house and like trying to rob us. And it's just hilarious. I mean, I get calls like that. That's a call you get maybe once a month. That's not a daily occurrence or a weekly occurrence, but you do get them. And it's just funny how people jump to conclusions, and God, people love chewing somebody out. I think a lot of people work in an environment where their boss, their whoever is always coming down on them. So then when it comes like it's their turn to buy something, whether it be a house, a car, when they're paying for like a service, those people like to, I guess, return the favor of maybe how they're treated on a daily basis. So I get that a lot. As far as any real estate agents watching this or people getting new into this, like, it's all about biting your tongue. Bite your tongue, be nice. Bite your tongue, be nice. Make money. Cash your check. And I insert one last thing here in closing is a good friend of mine's dad, and if he's watching, he'll know who it is. He told me when I first got into real estate, he's like, Matt, all you gotta do is keep your mouth shut. He's like, one trick to being successful in this kind of business or just making money is be the guy that can put up with the guy that no one else can. If you can do that, you'll be successful. So anyway, thanks for watching.